to One Man's Collection. Today I am looking at issue number 60 of the Formula One car collection. This is the McLaren MP4 5B from 1990, Ayrton Senna. Now this is the second in an Ayrton Senna McLaren of the same livery, I believe. The very first issue of this magazine was the 1988 Ayrton Senna number 12. This one here, which I actually do have still in box because I have two of these. Now I have shown this one off previously, obviously issue number 1 I think it was. I'm sure it was. I ended up buying two of these, and that's what they look like on their full display. May put them back on there eventually when I get the appropriate way of displaying these. But for now, I have them all loose like I did in the beginning of the video. You can see them on the shelf there. I have a whole bunch still in containers like that because I have run out of room. And now I need to work out where to put them. Anyway, I digress. We're going to have a look at this car in more detail towards the end. Like most times, I will go through the magazine just very briefly, show you what you get in these issues, and then we'll have a look more of the car and put it on a turntable. So this is the 1990 season of the Ayrton Senna McLaren MP4 5B. Senna takes the Formula One spoils after another fiery head-to-head with Alain Prost. The technical focus on this car, the team, obviously the McLaren championships with Lewis Hamilton in 2008. McLaren's steady decline eventually leads to a split with Mercedes. That's all history now, but yep. Circuit in this one is the Sebring International Raceway from first in 1959. And the story of F1, 2009 debut and victory of Brawn and Jenson Button. Alright, I'm not going to read everything in full detail. You will need to pause the video and have a look if you wish to read all of it. An eye for an eye, just as the 1989 World Championship had ended in controversy, there was another red-hot finale to the 1990 Championship, again involving Ayrton Senna and Alain Prost. This time, the outcome was different, but no less contentious. A second world title in 3 years for Ayrton Senna's World Championship. Yeah, now that's got the Marlboro advertising on it. The cars don't. Cars are considered toys. So when I say the cars, I mean the Diecast cars. They're considered toys and not allowed to have cigarette advertising. You can buy decals online for them if you want to replicate how they were in the real race car. Now that looks a lot more red than the fluoro pink that I've got on here. But I think that's on purpose too. 1990 season. Not going to read everything in detail there. Mansell's change of heart on the podium at the Portuguese Grand Prix. From left to right, Ferrari sporting director Cesar Fiorio, Ayrton Senna second, race winner Nigel Mansell and Alain Prost third. After announcing his retirement midway through the season, Mansell changes his mind and signs for Williams. Proves to be a shrewd move as he went on to win his much-longed world title in 1992. There you go. Sharing the spoils with Prost. Looks like he got a first place in USA, Monaco, Canada, Germany, Belgium and Italy. With less points in Brazil, none in San Marino. None in Mexico, some in France, Britain, Hungary more, and Portugal more, but none in Spain, Japan, and Australia. Alright, the technical focus, McLaren, 3 years of disputed dominance. Yeah, 1998 McLaren and Ayrton Senna won the World Championship, in part thanks to their Honda V6 turbo engines. The next 2 years, with the regulation forcing a return of 3.5-litre cc aspirated engines only, the major players stayed the same. Honda produced a new V10 engine that made the McLarens unbeatable. The first version of the MP4 5 won the title with Prost in 1989. The following year, it was Senna's turn to again celebrate. There you go. Having a little more of a technical drawing version of this. Now we do have the Marlboro written there on the sponsorship. There's the Honda V10, so 5 extractors on that side. Yeah, and 5 on the other. So 3.493cc Honda RA100E. Very nice. The team, a long goodbye. This is about Lewis Hamilton winning the 2008. The team from a working began a steady descent in terms of results, as the heart of it was gradual separation from Mercedes and the start of a new era. Well, Mercedes ended up going their own way, didn't they? Different teams decided to try Honda, with success and not. Sebring International Raceway, first US Grand Prix. Home of the famous 12-hour endurance race, the Sebring track hosted the very first World Championship US Grand Prix in 1959. The only one to be raced in the Florida circuit. The season closer was staged in December, 3 months after the previous race in Italy. Bruce McLaren won the race, his first Grand Prix victory in the Cooper Climax, while teammate Jack Brabham in the dramatic finale won the first of his 3 World Championship titles. Nice. All right, story so far, this is a debut and a victory. So surprising Brawn, rising from the ashes of Team Honda. Brawn, the team founded by the former technical director of Ferrari, were the best placed to exploit the technical rule changes. By the time Red Bull started to get competitive too, Jenson Button was already way ahead. Yeah, they did really well that year. 95 points over 84. Rubens Barrichello in 77. Mark Webber in 69.5. 0.5, hey? Rubens Barrichello was also in the Brawn. So it was Brawn, Red Bull, Brawn, Red Bull, then McLaren. You can pause the video amongst that to read it if you wish. Next one is the Cooper T51 Sterling Moss. I think I have a collector's version of that as well, not part of this magazine. I might pull that out with that if it's the right car. That one actually has the engine cowling that comes off so you can see inside. But I'm glad I actually have one in this set as well. And followed by that in part 62 is the Sebastian Vettel's Ferrari SF70H. I'll show those off over the next few weeks. Come and have a look at this car in more detail here. Not a lot of sponsorship on it. Obviously with the Marlboro being the main sponsor, removed for the toy. Put a tag here on the front window there. Goodyear tyres. I do like these models. They have actually come up quite well, especially the price you're paying. Bit of sponsorship on the front there as well. Seatbelts painted. These are silver seatbelts. And it's a little bit harder to see. There we go. And the airbox. There's not much to the airbox there. Diffusers in the back. Alright, I'm going to put that on the turntable. Thank you very much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and I will be back with issue 61 next week. Cheers. Bye.